Hi everybody, this is the baseball head, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion. Your host, welcome back to the baseball head. Hopefully you like this video. And hit that subscribe button as we wait for the NLCS to begin again. This is an off day. There is stuff to talk about, especially in the off season. And we'll get into that, but there'll be other videos today about what's going on in the NLCS and in the Mets postseason run. Hopefully we'll get to the World Series. They played really well on Monday. Got a quick lead, a big lead, a fast start, and made it very difficult for the Dodgers to come back. So here we go in this video. Now the Mets are going to have a lot of free agents, a lot of free agent decisions. The biggest one on the team will be Pete Alonso. What's going to happen with Sean Manaea? The money for him is going to be enormous. He's going to opt out, and he's going to get a huge contract from some team. Hopefully the Mets will keep him. But the Mets are becoming and they've been a big landing spot since Steve Cohen has become the owner of this club. But they took a year off last year, as you know, because they said that, first of all, it wasn't a great free agent market. That's the dirty little secret of last offseason. It was a lousy free agent market. And, of course, there wasn't anything really worth killing yourself over for the Mets to sign. And it didn't really matter anyway because the Mets are gone to the postseason. They need 3 more wins to get to the World Series. So the moves that the Mets made were a lot of little moves, but they do need to make some decisions on their own club first. And then, of course, the big decision, the big kahuna, the big player that's going to be a free agent. And as I do this video on Monday night, Juan Soto hit a home run against the Guardians. I do not expect the Guardians to win that series. I expect the Yankees to win that series. But this is from SI.com. And Buster Olney, who must be eating crow right now because he said the Mets aren't going to be competitive for many years to come. Well, he looks like a complete total buffoon. But here we go. Why Insider believes Juan Soto lands with New York Mets. I would mention him as I'm saying this. I'm thinking about it. He might be wrong about this too. Some of the insiders, they're always wrong about stuff, but they never get in trouble for it. No one ever cares at some point. ESPN insider Buster Olney made a compelling case for why he believes Juan Soto will play for the New York Mets next season. While the New York Mets' minds are currently occupied by the National League Championship Series against the Dodgers, which we're now going to be going to Citi Field on Wednesday at 8:15 on Wednesday, and then they'll play Thursday, and then they'll play Friday. Their expected pursuit of Yankees superstar and impending free agent Juan Soto will begin as soon as their 2024 season ends. The Yankees and Mets are rumored to be the 2 teams who are most likely to sign him to a long-term deal this offseason. However, ESPN baseball insider Buster Olney believes that he knows where New York Soto will be playing next season and has a compelling reason as to why. Quote, I think he's going to wind up with the Mets either way, Olney said of Soto on an episode of the Baseball Tonight with Buster Olney podcast of the fellow insider Kylie McDaniel. Said he thinks Soto will sign with the Yankees if they win the World Series and the Mets if they don't. Quote, I think the fact that the Mets are having a phenomenal season, the way that's playing out is going to increase the likelihood that he's going to land there, Olney said. Because there's going to be an enthusiasm with Steve Cohen. If they hadn't made the playoffs, let's say they were eliminated by mid-September, then I think they would be more tethered to the process, so to speak. I think if they end up reaching the World Series or winning the World Series, owners get excited, owners get fired up. And the build of what they did this year, going into next year, there's no way that you can do more to feed that than signing Juan Soto. Now, one of the things that happens when a team wins a World Series is that the clamor for tickets goes through the roof. And people are going to buy tickets like crazy, just due to the fact they want to see a world championship team defend their championship. So that clamor, that sort of hunger for tickets to watch a team that just won a championship is huge the following season. In 1987, the Mets sold over 3 million tickets. And they, destroyed the old record that they had back in the 60s, which was a New York record. And they still have that record in the 80s. So when you are good, people want to watch the ball club and want to be there at these big sporting events. So just for that, There's all this, and plus, if you bring in a big player like this, the enthusiasm is enormous. I don't know the ins and outs of what's going on with Los Angeles, the Dodgers, but I'm sure they got a big boost of ticket sales when they signed Ohtani, which is a big boost for any team to sign a player like that. But Juan Soto is on that level. Juan Soto has a chance to be a Hall of Fame player, so he'll bring in so much enthusiasm just due to the fact that he's just a great kid, he's a great player, and when you see him, you see real quality there. Also, if you are a guy that's a free agent, you want to go on a team that's just won a World Series because there's a possibility they could repeat. Odds of repeating aren't nearly as high as they were, say, 40, 50, 60 years ago. But teams do kind of repeat. And the fact is the Mets can say to any pending free agent, listen, we went to the World Series and won the World Series. 2 of the last 3 years we've been to the postseason. And we had a terrible year in the middle of that, and we bounced back. There's great resiliency here. We got a great general manager. We got a great manager here. We got Lindor here. We're going to re-sign Pete. We're going to bring back Mania. So there's a lot of sort of things that a team can offer, specifically the Mets. This is the kind of stuff the Mets can offer a player. Not just, the money, obviously, but also the ability to win. Because players still want to win. So this is a high energy player. And he would be loved here. He's already loved here anyway. And he's not afraid of the big spotlight. I think I've said in plenty of videos, he's not a West Coast guy, he's an East Coast guy. I don't see him going past anywhere near the central part of the country. I don't see him going to Chicago. If there's a team in the East Coast that he might go to, it's maybe Philadelphia. But they need pitching help more than anything else. And I don't see him going to Boston. I see him going either to the Mets or the Yankees. That's my opinion. Just based off of his behavior and just based off of the fact that the Mets have so much money to spend. And again, if you're watching this video, the Mets have a lot of money coming off the books. Scherzer's coming off the books. Verlander's coming off the books. James McCann's coming off the books, believe it or not. And they're going to have a big bucket load of money waiting for some player. And a whole bunch of players to sign and to take. Well, thank you for watching this video. Let me know what you think about it in the comments section. Hit the subscribe button, very important. And of course, so many people watch, but they don't subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. I get so many videos out here for you. You're not going to have really quiet during the off days. We'll have a few more off days before we get to the end of the season. Well, and that we get to more games and, get to the World Series. You know what I mean? And a nice trophy for all of us to look at. And thank you for watching this video. I'm rambling, and I'll see you later.